Now back to our conversations here in the studio. Can you tell us, who is Mohammed Gento Kamara?
Well, Mohammed Gento Kamara is just a humble Sierra-Leonean, and I was born in Freetown, raised in Freetown, and after GCSE O levels, I went to England and all, and I was there, went to college in England, you know, then started my business while I was in college, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm doing business now, and I enjoy doing business, and I see myself as a successful, humble businessman.
All right, so now in an overview, before we delve into the discussion proper, just give us an outline of your agenda as you run for the mayoral office.
Well, you know, going in for the mayoral seat of Freetown is mainly to fix the problem that we have in Freetown. As it is today in Freetown, we know we don't have water supply, and Freetown, we have sanitation problems. Freetown is not clean. So me coming in mainly is to make sure that I provide water supply for every household in Freetown, and to make sure also we clean Freetown, and to look at the market areas and develop the markets, and also look at the health facilities, mainly PCMH, Cottage Hospital, and Connaught Hospital, fix these problems and make sure that our people in Freetown have a quality life. So these are my main things I'm going to work on.
Most of those things you've highlighted are engineering constraints of Freetown. If you, speaking of water, for example, we are now living in a city that was designed approximately for around 700,000 residents, and we have well over 2 million people residing. So it means engineering to ensure the water reach the people, and also electricity and the drainage and sewage system are poorly designed. Looking at your background, how would you ensure, if voted in, that these things would be a thing of the past?
Well, you see, I've looked at it and I've done my studies in a way, and for me, the blessing that we have, which is a greater advantage for us, is the geography layout of Freetown, the topography of Freetown. As you can see, we have Freetown is surrounded, well, the top side is mountainous, and it runs down through to the seaside. And most of these mountain areas you see in Freetown, they have water catchments. So all we need to do is to enhance this water catchment, have a bit of reservoir there, and have a pipe that runs down, and then you can connect from those pipes and provide water for the people. We should not only depend on Guma Valley. Yes, what you're saying, you're right. Yeah, but again, from Guma Valley, if you come to Wilberforce, there's a little dam there, there's a reservoir, there's a water catchment. Round through Freetown, yeah, there's water catchment that we need to enhance. For me, that's the easiest engineering I'm looking at, to say, let us be practical about this. Yeah, yes, you're right, but also let us make sure we make use of our topography.
And looking at the topography in terms of the drainage and sewage system, because that has been the key concern for the past 7 years now. When you look at, and now we have the rains coming, there's always a concern of the streets being flooded. There's always a concern of flash floods across lower areas in the capital and in the slums. How would you ensure, if voted, that there will be a better drainage system wherein people will not be concerned when there are rains?
You see, my brother, this is why we need to vote someone in that have relationship with the people, that understand the problem of Freetonians. I have relationship with Freetonians. As it is now, I'm constructing a bridge down Krube. I'm doing the drainage system down Moab. You understand? Because I know these are the problems that we need to fix. I'm not even waiting for me to become the mayor of Freetown. I've started fixing the problems now. Talking about the drainage system in Freetown, I build roads, so I know what to do when I get there, and I'm trying to do it right. You see, in Freetown today, what we need is a builder. And Mohammed Gento Kamara is that builder that will fix the problem. Like you're saying, most of these problems are engineering problems. I'm a builder. I'm in there. I've been in this business for over 20 years now. So I understand what it means. And I feel the pain of my Freetonian people, and I know what they're going through. You know, my brother, I have relatives. I'm from the eastern part of Freetown. I have relatives today, they have kids that will wake up 3 a.m. yeah, to go and fetch water. You know, and sometimes, you know, I have people I grew up with, they will come to you and say, oh, my pikin don't get pregnant. These are painful things, you know, and if you ask, how did you manage? You know, they don't have choice. A young girl at the age of 14, 15 have to wake up in the morning, 4 a.m., 3 a.m. to go and fetch water. These modern days, we should not be living a life like that. You know, for me, Freetown deserves more. You understand? I thank God, you know, whatever God have given me in life, you know, I say, Alhamdulillah, and I thank God. It's time for me to give to my people. I've been doing it for the past years. I've been very generous with Freetonians. I have relationship with them. But mayoral position, I'm not coming in there just because of politics. No, I'm coming in there because I feel the pain that my Freetonians are going through. And I believe I have what it takes to fix that problem. And I'm going to do it with all passion. You know, my enthusiasm is high. I'm ready for it. And I'm going to fix it.
Now that you've mentioned you coming into politics, earlier you gave us a background of you being involved in entrepreneurship. And we know entrepreneurs actually enter into business, they venture into business, they take financial risk with the hope of getting returns or rewards in the end. Now, how would you use that background in your transition now to politics? Are you still going to do business and politics? How are you going to merge the two?
But that's why you need a successful entrepreneur to fix the problem of Freetown. Because today, when people are talking about fixing the problem in Freetown, they're telling you about finance. They don't know how to raise the finance. They just depend on the central government. When I come there, I have my own initiative to fix the problem. You understand? To fix the water problem in Freetown, yes, you need the finance. I know what I have what it takes to fix that problem. I have the financial relationships to do it. And for example, fixing the water problem in Freetown, people are going to pay their bills. Like people are buying their top-ups today for their mobile phones. So all you need to do is, first of all, talk to the Ministry of Finance, and we come up with what we call municipality bond. You know, I'm going to make sure we raise municipality bond. Also, NACIT, you understand, is having money for social security. Water is our social problem today in Freetown. We can then negotiate with NACIT and let it look at it that they're not going to lose money, they're going to make profit. But this is an investment that the people need, you know, and that's why I'm coming in, to let these authorities see, yeah, the practicality of what social net is about. You know, let us fix the social problems. Let us make sure, we're not going to depend that we're going to wait for government to give us the money. No. Yeah, I'm going to create the avenues. I'm going to make sure, as a businessman, I know what it takes and I know where to go to get the money. There's international banks also that will come in. Because, like you say, the off-takers are there, the people are there, the people need water, they will pay their bills. You know, they will pay their bills. So let us fix that problem for them, let them pay their bills. You know, and I think it's doable.
Now, Gento, you are a man of crowd, a man of multitude, a man who many believe is being followed by the youthful population within and without Freetown. How will that transform into the votes come June 24th?
You see, when people like you, when people trust and believe in you, yeah, they'll vote for you. So, because of my relationship in Freetown, you talk about sport, you know, you talk about youth development. When we started local content in Freetown or Sierra Leone, Mohamed Gento Kamara Gento Group was the face of local content. So the youth, they understand the fact that, yes, this man will provide and create employment for us. They know, yes, this man is a man that we can trust. We've known him for years. You understand? I'm not a new person that is just coming in to say, trust me, I will do this. They already know that I have that trust. I've built it over the years. Yeah, I've built that over the years. So that's why they're coming out. That's why they're supporting me. So come June 24, I have the very strong conviction that I'm going to win. You know, but my obligation now is to fix the problems, because the people are coming out now to say, we're going to vote for you. We want you because they trust me. And I will not let them down.
You just mentioned your relationship with Freetonians, with people within the capital. And earlier on, you also mentioned your agenda will deal with water supply, sanitation, market, health. Is this in line with what Freetonians want? Have you taken time out to also find out what are the needs and constraints of the people?
I know that's what they need. You know, you see, leadership, you know, if you're a successful businessman and you've run a business, you know, it's part of leadership. You have to be strong and you have to make sure that you know what the people want. You understand? For me, coming in to be a mayor of Freetown, you look at the voters now and you look at Freetonians, yeah? You said, okay, these are the people I'm going to market myself to. Why should they vote for me? And what should I do for them? To me, I've had a relationship with them and identified the problems that what we need is water supply, clean Freetown sanitation, proper health facilities, you know, and then develop the marketplaces. These are the basics. Let us deal with this, you know, and let us make sure we do it right, yeah, for the betterment of our people.
And now there has been a lot of political comments around having a non-Creole as a mayor. Just to go back to history, if elected, you will not be the first non-Creole. Shaka Stevens was once a mayor of Freetown, but the political cultural trend in Freetown has been that, well, even though nowhere in the laws you can find such pointers, but the pattern has been a Creole as a mayoral candidate or a mayor in Freetown for so many years now, even since the local governance system was disrupted. How would you break that barrier since after the wars, since we reintroduced the local governance government system in Sierra Leone, in Freetown, there has been successive Creoles. This is no tribalism or no, but this is the pattern. How are you going to break that pattern?
Well, but already I've been nominated, you understand? So that first step of it, you know, I've succeeded to break it. And let us look at it from this angle. It's all about competency. Let us get someone that is competent to fix the problem. Let us get someone that have relationship with the people and know what the people need. You know, it's not about tribe. That's why when I started my aspiration, I said, let's break tribalism. You know, it's about inclusion. Yeah? Freetown is meant for all of us. Yeah? When the Creoles came to Freetown, they met us, the Temenes, here. They met us here. That's why we, the Temenes, call here camp. We accommodated them. You understand? We gave them a place we make Freetown, yeah, as a free place and a good place for them to stay. And they were happy to stay here. You understand? It will surprise you to know that my great-granddad was a king. You understand? And even when they went back to Koya, between the protectorate and the colony, yeah, Freetown to Songo, it's called Malambe area. My great-grandfather was the king there and all. So I'm originally a Freetown Temene boy. And I understand it, and I have a relationship with the Creoles. And I like the Creole people. I don't have nothing against the Creole people. But all what I'm saying, including the Creole people now, we don't have water supply in Freetown. Including the Creole people now, Freetown is filthy. Including the Creole people now, we have poor hospitals in Freetown. And this is a local issue that we should deal with. When Chijakamba was in power, yeah, we have donors that came in and they talked about decentralization. We should not burden the central government. Leave everything with the central government. We have to look at things. Let us be realistic with the facts. You understand? Let us don't come with tribe. I don't believe in that anyway. As much as I respect the Creole people, but it's all about competency. Let us have someone that will be able to deliver and bring that change that we've been crying for in Freetown. That's why I'm coming out.
Now, for that to be achieved, for the change you're talking about to be achieved, you've mentioned your expertise as an entrepreneur and how you rally around other sectors to ensure there is enough revenue generation to carry out the projects you are envisioning if voted. There's also an issue of revenue generation in Freetown. For the past 5 years, revenue is low with regards city council revenue collection, and if council is to support itself, subventions from governments are important, but also its internal revenue generation is key. You look at the market women, the jobs, you look at the city rate, the house rate. All of these taxes are essential to ensure that council is run properly. How would you ensure, if elected, that you look at those revenue generation and you take them up the notch?
You know, again, as a successful entrepreneur, I know how to get to finances. Our problem is the avenue. When you talk about revenue, you have to first of all have the avenue, you understand, to get the revenue. What I'm trying to do here, and what I've said here, to make sure that water, like I said about water supply system, people pay their bills. You're talking about city rates and everything. We all understand and see what this mayor did when he came in. About George Williams, you understand? About George Williams raised a lot of money through taxations and all those kind of things. We can still look at what Albert George Williams did to raise finances during his tenure, and we work towards that. What we're trying to do here is to make sure we have the avenues. If we develop the market areas, you know, and make sure these market people have a conducive area to do their trade, they will pay their taxes. And then government will have the revenue to do what the local government wants to do. And on that note that you're talking, as an entrepreneur, I way up from politics. Let me say this now. One of the burden on government, on the central government, is to pay salaries. Today in Freetown, in Sierra Leone, salary is just over $400 million or about that annually. Yes? That's what it costs the government to pay salary. So about $500 million. Yeah? Right now, as I'm telling you, Gento Group and Mohammed Gento Kamara, as a private individual, I'm not working on a project that I will be giving government $500 million every year. You understand? $500 million every year. Yeah? And that will soon start within the next 2 years. I'm working on it, and it's done. You know, listen, I'm coming in for Freetonians to fix the problem. I'm living here. I know how I struggle to have water, even in my compound. Even in my own compound. I have to buy water bowser. Yeah? Every 2-3 days. You know, it's not easy. I have relatives, you know, that even if you give them allowance every month, they struggle with it. You know, so about fixing the problem of Freetown, fixing the problem here, Mohammed Gento is the right person, because Mohammed Gento, you know, knows how to fix the problem. Mohammed Gento is an entrepreneur that have the capacity to raise the finances and do what the Freetonians need.
Now, if you were voted in, you've also mentioned water supply. Again, I go back to your agenda, water supply and health. We already have Goma Valley, we have the Ministry of Health. How would you actually achieve your agenda in line with these institutions or ministries?
Good. As the mayor of Freetown, yeah, you're the landlord. Yeah, you own the city in a way. Constitutionally, you know, you have the acts that support that. The ministries should work with the local government on all areas. You know, so for me as a mayor, of course, yes, I'll work with the Ministry of Health, but I'll let them understand that they're overburdening themselves. You know, we'll take over the hospitals as a city council. We'll make sure they understand that. They will run the hospitals because they have the technical know-how, they have the medical doctors and everything. But we have to manage it. You know, manage it in the sense, make sure we get what the people need. You know, and it's easy. Yeah, the acts are there. We're going to make sure we also amend some of these acts to make sure these are the policies that I'm coming with. You know, but it's practicable, and they have to. All of them will understand it. It's like you're selling a bread to someone. You know, it's easy to say this is a bread. You understand? If the person knows that, yes, if I eat bread, I will survive, you know, it's good for my breakfast, they will take it. You know? But if you give somebody fufu, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. in the morning, they might say to you, no, fufu is too heavy for me for today. You know, so you have to come up with realities, you know, and they will understand it. And the city council have that authority, and we're going to take that authority on.
Now you are running under the Sierra Leone People's Party, whose leadership over the past 5 years has led the government heavily on education. There are also municipal schools within Freetown. Before the war, these schools were known as excellent schools. And when you look back at where we are now in education, parents within Freetown will say they prefer their children attending private schools as compared to these municipal schools that were around at the time. How would you ensure you go back to ensuring, in line with the government's free quality education program, that these schools produce quality as they were before the war?
You see, that's why my background also is the strength that I have. I attended the Kisi Primary Municipal School, KPS, Kisi Dockyard. Yeah? And I know, you know, what I went through there as a municipal school and everything. This is very important because these are city council-owned schools. Seriously, you know, again, these are sad things that you're talking about, that really emotionally we have to be passionate to fix these problems, you know, these municipal school problems. And I will do it, you know, because I'm from there. I understand what is going on there, and I know what is going on in Freetown. I know the problem. I'm not coming in. You see, Freetonians should understand that don't look at this, you know, in a political way or political line. Let's do this cut across party line. Let's look at the competency. Let's look at the individuality. You understand? What is the connection with the people, the connectivity? How are we relating with the people? If you're not relating with the people, if you don't have connection with the people, if you don't feel their pains, how are you going to fix their problems? You understand? It's only when you relate with them. It's only when you live like them. You know, I've been in their shoes. I know what they're going through. You know, I know what they're going through. You know, I'm not going there for money. I'm going there to fix the problem. I'm going there to fix the problem. So I'm appealing to Freetonians that vote for competency. Vote for someone that you know that would deliver. You know, and like you rightly said, President Bio has done well with the free education and all of that is coming through. But like you said, the municipal schools are still struggling. They're struggling. Now, when Mohamed Gento come in there as a mayor, I'm going to make sure we fix those problems. And that is not much of a problem to fix because we already have free education. You understand? It's just to be concerned. Just care about them. And just know that there are poor people that cannot provide private school. You know, and feel for them. So that's where Mohamed Gento is coming in. I'm going to fix it.
Now, one of our messages on our Facebook page from Abubakar Rashid, he says, Mr. Gento Kamara, you grew up in Freetown and in Kisi in particular. You attended school in Kisi. What is your position on the Kisi dump site coming from your background as a road builder? I think this also has to do with sanitation.
I'm going to move that dump site from Kisi. You understand? The waste that is there now, we're going to try to change that to have electricity supply. You know, most of this waste, these areas, even Kintom, I'm going to move. If I become the mayor of Freetown, I'm going to move the dump site from Kintom. Because, you see, most of our waste we have in Freetown is organic waste. So it's good for energy. It's good for energy, so let us make use of it. We're struggling with light system today, and that's the fact about it. So what are we doing with this waste? Yes, we have to do something about it. You know, most of the things in Freetown, sometimes when you talk about it, you know, you feel pain because you don't understand why the local council over the years, they're not doing anything about it. You know, I'm not, you know, anyway, let me leave it
to you, Gento, as we were discussing. There's also the issue of municipality transportation system. This is as a factor of so many reasons, whether we do not have enough roads or whether we can't just plan our traffic well. How, if elected, how would you ensure you cater for the transportation system of Freetown. And I used to remember when I was young, our uncles, our fathers would tell us that Freetown was well planned in terms of transportation system. You had a double-decker bus. These buses were around, and taxis were private, sort of. You hired them. How would you ensure we manage our municipal transport sector system from City Council?
The transport system again is mainly because of congestion. There's too much people living now in Freetown. Too much people. So what we need to do, decentralization. You've seen what the central government has done. They're now opening the industrial zone up Songo that will employ over 20,000 people. That will move people from Freetown. Again, I said to you, I'm working on a development to give government $500 million every year. Again, that will create an employment of over 15,000 people. It's not going to be in Freetown, it's going to be around the peninsula. What does that mean? We have empty lands over there. We're going to develop these areas and we'll move people out. Because everybody's coming to Freetown to survive, to look for jobs and everything. But if we create jobs outside Freetown, people will go back outside Freetown and people will actually have a better lives outside Freetown. So we start with that. And then you look at the transport proper. Look at Dovecourt, Gad Street, Frobe Road. It's congested. What do you need to do? Some of these houses around those places are owned by the council. We're going to build a proper marketplaces there and make sure we relocate these people from the street to the marketplace that we're going to build. And when we do that, we're going to free up those roads. That's the only thing. Because there's not proper markets, people are forced to come onto the roads. You got to Lumley today. Look at Lumley Market, yeah? The people are forced to come out the street to do their trading. But if we construct a proper market for them, yeah, and then go around most of the other houses around that market area, we talk to the owners and then buy it off them and build a proper, conducive market area, the people will stay in the market. You understand? And the roads will be free. So transportation in Freetown is first of all most of these areas are congested in Freetown are market areas. So what we need to do is, like I said earlier on, build a proper marketplace for these people, a conducive market area, so you get them up the street, and then you then construct the road for them.
Now as we round up, we've had your agenda, we've had the plans you have for Freetonians. Now in a minute or two, can you talk to Freetonians as you go forward to, as the mayoral aspirant campaigning under the SLPP?
Well, like I said, my campaign is let people look at this and say, Freetown needs somebody that can deliver. Freetonians need to be genuine with themselves. They have to understand the fact that we're not going to vote for someone because of any other reason, but the fact that we believe in that person that, he or she is going to deliver. And I've had that trust over the years. And I'm saying to people that vote Mohamed Gento in. Mohamed Gento is coming there. Mohamed Gento don't need your money. You understand? Mohamed Gento is going to fix the problem for you. Mohamed Gento is going to create the avenues to get this money to fix the problems. So it's better you vote for Mohamed Gento Kamara that will deliver, that you understand, feels your pain and know. They say, who knows it feels it, or who feels it knows it, And I'm there. So that's all I have to say to them. It's up to them now, to get the best for themselves and everything. But Mohamed Gento is willing to serve.
Okay. All right, and thank you very much. And congratulations again once more on your nomination as the mayoral candidate for the Salon People's Party in Freetown. Elizabeth.
Yes.
Thank you.